Yeah, sure. Let me look at a few things here. San Diego State poses a lot of problems. That's a good basketball team. It's an experienced and old basketball team, and one that we have a ton of respect for. And their interior is as good of interior as there is in the league. And so we had to dedicate a lot of attention to that. And I thought our kids really did a good job battling. Quesada, Villalobos, Cali. We did a great job rebounding the basketball. I like the fact that we had one turnover in the second half. That was critical. I thought we created a lot of offense for them in the first half. Not that they scored a lot, but we scored 25 first half points and gifted them 10 possessions, or us 10 less possessions. So big stops late. This was a great way to start the new year against a team, like I said. They're 12-2 coming in. I think they're loaded with talent, so big win by the Rams.
So, Coach, you've referenced the 10 turnovers in the first half. That's more than you average in an entire game. Of course, you're the number one least likely to turn the ball over team in the nation, 9.3 a game. What did you do at halftime? What did you talk about in the locker room to basically eliminate that problem?
First of all, Emma was on the floor more in the second half, and she just brings a poise. Brooke calmed down and played a lot better in the second half. She was a little loose. But I just think we got into the game. We were stronger with the ball. Our decision-making was better. But, the 10, we didn't adjust anything. We just had to be stronger and tougher and handle their on-ball stuff when we put it on the floor was good. It was disruptive enough, but our decision-making we just had to play right, and we played a lot more right in that second half.
Emma only had 2 points at halftime. Maybe that was a little bit because she's sat. I guess she got in a little bit of foul trouble and sat in the second quarter a bit. Comes out in the second half. It's 22, goes off at 22. And in the third quarter, I think she took the first 3 shots in the first 3 possessions, made 2 of them immediately. I don't remember. But was it your plan in the third that you were just going to establish her in this game?
Absolutely. I think a player like that, where she sat a long time and she's used to being quite productive and facilitating, so we weren't going to shy away from it. She's our kid. We're going to feed it. And, she was very productive. She passes well out of certain areas on the floor. So absolutely. But her mindset was incredible. She shot with great confidence and great conviction, and we're a lot better when she's on the floor, I think.
We talked about Brooke Carlson for a moment. I think you gave her first start today. I may be mistaken about that.
Utah State was her first start, and then tonight was her second.
Why? It seems like you tinkered a little bit with a couple of your starters. What's your thought process
Just
there?
her pace, her ability to explode with the ball in her hands, and she can create stuff at the rim for herself and for her teammates. She sprays it really well, and so it just gives us a little different pace, and we like that out of the gate. We had a really good first quarter, really good start, and a lot of that was defending, rebounding, and playing in the push, and that's where she thrives. So that's why we've made the change. But it's not about who starts, really. It's about who finishes the game, and I thought everybody who was on the floor really in that fourth quarter excelled.
You talked about pace with Brooke, but could we talk about pace in general for a moment? Because the first half was really a defensive battle, both teams struggling to score a lot of points. That was probably fine by you because your defense was terrific. But it did seem like in the second half the pace really picked up. Was that something you wanted?
Absolutely. We when you're playing at altitude, you surely want to sustain that over 4 quarters. And again, having Emma on the floor, she's our point forward. So we do play faster when she's on the floor. She's a good rebounder. We don't have to outlet it. We go. And so, but I think our kids just they found the rhythm of the game. we got a lot of defensive stops there in those stretches where we scored it well. Our kids like defending, and they like running. But and it's not just Brooke in the push, or Simmental did a great job in the push, and obviously Emma. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. What do you think about Hannah's 18 boards?
Hannah Barkley. Yes, that is big time. That is, or Hannah Rodman. Yeah, you're too nice to be Hannah Rodman. But I tell you what, I've been a part of, I told the radio, that's like Annie Brady numbers, 16 points and 18 boards. That was a really special performance. And, we can talk about Emma's 22 second half points, but our game ball is going to Hannah Ronsick, and she had to do it against big bodies. We asked her to guard their post presence in there with the absence of Sana, and we just went with that lineup in the second half, and she's tough. So I sent her a text the other day. I said, "Are you tough enough to guard San Diego State's interior?" And she just sent back in reply, just duh. So I guess I'm the dummy, all right, when it comes to that. So.
Coach, let me ask you one more, and I'll ask the players this too, if they get a chance to come up. 2-0 start to the conference season. You've got a third game coming up this weekend against San Jose. Can you just talk a little bit about how important it is to get off to an excellent 2-0 start like that in the conference?
Yeah, well, the big thing is we were 1-0 today, and but it's nice to establish some momentum. We'll definitely have to play really well to keep it going against San Jose State. They do a lot of different things defensively, and so it's been an interesting first 3 games. A lot of different styles that we're seeing, and so I think we've handled it really well up to the first through the first 2 games. But nice momentum. These kids they're very competitive. It's they've earned it, the 1-0 today, but we'll flush this after tomorrow or tonight and get ready for a strong San Jose team.
I guess I do have one more quick follow-up.
It's your floor.
We're entering a new year now. Non-conference season's over. Do you feel like your team is playing the best basketball it has so far this year?
Yeah, I really do. I mean, I think we're more connected. I think defensively we continue to grow, but and we still have to evolve with Sana being out now. We'll have to evolve some other players, but I think we're playing good, strong basketball, and the kids are playing with a lot of confidence. They seem to have smiles on their faces, and so that's always a good sign.